Hi everybody, it's Christi Bintliff. Thanks for tuning in to LEAP2 SOLUTIONS. I'm talking to you today about a disconnected leadership team. And by that I mean is when you have a leadership team which is involving your managers, your practice owners, and or supervisors, you're meeting at least routinely every week, every other week throughout the year, and you're discussing aspects of your business. And you have an agreement amongst the 3 or 4 or however many people it is on your leadership team that decisions will be made between the leadership team so that we don't have an owner or a manager going off and being rogue and making these decisions that the other parties aren't privy to. So I'm addressing that because I do see this happen a lot. There will be we'll say a solo practice. So there is an owner and a manager, and they are the leadership team. You have an employee manual. It states when the employees can take time off, what the protocol is, and requesting that time off, and so on and so on. And that is what you agreed to, that you have in place. And here comes Julie. Julie's worked with your practice for a long time, and she goes to you, Dr. Joe, and she says, you know, I really feel like I need some fun in the sun, and I would like to take off next week so that I can go to Fort Lauderdale for spring break. I just feel like I just need a break from here. And you, knowing how hard she works, and you feel this sense of obligation because of so much that she does for you, you say, that sounds like a great idea, and you give her permission. So, what just happened here? Let's stop and think about that. What just happened? Julie didn't go through the proper protocols of requesting the time off, which is typically go to the manager, request it, put in the request for the leave. She makes sure that it's in accordance to what the policies are in the manual. And also, if it could be granted, is it feasible, because that is short notice. The second thing that happens is not only have you undermined your manager's role, you've also alienated the other team members in your practice, because you've allowed this person to go against the formal policies of requesting time off, and you've granted it without discussing it and making sure that it was okay. And so next up comes Emily, and she wants to do the same thing, and she is told no, that she can't. So again, what have you done? Without even realizing it, you have caused a division between your staff. The staff member that is denied now feels that there's favoritism for the other one, and it's just created a lot of unnecessary drama. When if your leadership team was connected instead of disconnected, you would have said, have you gone and put in your request with the manager so that we can sit down? You know that we meet at least once a week. And if she would have said no, you would have said, well, I need you to do that, and we will come back around and we will meet. Or you could say, I need for you to, one, let the manager be aware of it. Also, I will take that in consideration and make sure that we are discussing it. The one thing that you don't do is agree to something on the spot, and it happens all the time. I was an employee at one time, so I get how it feels to see someone else be able to do things, and then when I would come and request something, I couldn't do it. So I understand how it makes you feel for the employee that is told no, but the one that's told yes, and she didn't even go through the proper protocols. So it's important. I'm using that as one example. It's important don't go off and buy a rogue piece of equipment without sitting down and talking with your manager and making sure that financially we can. So it would be in the manager and or accountant make sure that we can, make sure that it's feasible. And I'm giving you a good example of this. So I was in a situation one time where the dentist wanted to buy a piece of endo equipment. It was extremely expensive, and he kept, validating that the reason we can buy this and we need this is because we do a lot of endo. We do endo every day of every week. We absolutely need this. We need this. It's not a want, it's a need. So when I heard that, I went and pulled the service code report for endo, and I showed him how many that we do on a year's time, and it wasn't beneficial for us. We're not an endo practice, and although it would have been great to have, we were not in a position where we needed it, or that it would be beneficial to us at that particular time. So the leadership team is put together so that we help ourselves from making poor decisions without discussing it as a unit. And I think that's something that you need to keep in consideration. Again, the importance of having a connected leadership team so that you all are talking and discussing, and the staff knows that it will be discussed at the next leadership meeting. I can't give you a decision today. We will discuss it, and we will be back with you in a reasonable amount of time to let you know our decisions. So stay connected, leadership teams. It's extremely important. Until next time, take care.